Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Jen Ray, and I am the founder and president of Restoring Her Inc. I am so thrilled about the opportunity to have written such a fabulous book, the book that you're holding in your hands. I'm so excited to have been able to be a part of this book with the other fabulous ladies that you're going to read about. This book is an amazing production, and it is a book that is very much intuitive with you. And we have such wonderful ladies who have written their stories, and they've been so honored and so just willing to share of themselves, and then to be able to give you a glimpse and to be able to write in this book yourself and to really express yourself and write your own story. It is a phenomenal opportunity, and it's also just a phenomenal way to really receive restoration by your pen. So today I wanted to bring to you one of the very special writers that we have on this project, and she has a message to share with you. So I wanted to bring her today and talk with her a little bit and just hear a little bit more of what she'd like to share with you. So today, thank you for joining me, Dolly Ross. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm
Absolutely.
fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. So, Dolly, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are today. Tell us a little bit about all that.
Well, I'm 60 years old, and I have been uh, a stroke survivor, three-time stroke survivor.
Wow.
I and the story that I'm writing about is the very first one
Mm,
that I could remember. There were others, but this is the one that was the biggie.
yeah.
That I left this body and went somewhere else. But what I can say about myself is that I found out that I have still yet more living to do.
Wow.
And in that living, I've been able to tell my story many times in other venues because as a foster child and living in several foster homes and growing up homeless and so forth like that, that God chose to allow me to go through those situations to bring me to the place that I am today, because I am able to lead others and talk to others. I work with seniors, those that are stroke survivors and multiple sclerosis and so on. I was trained by the Arthritis Foundation to work with them in water fitness, and so I did that for a number of years. So I am one of those people that if I can find something to do, I will do it.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I've heard you say a lot right now, and it's amazing because I know you only had there's only, just a limited number of pages to write in this book. However, I am hearing stories of restoration from you, and just you've been on this road of restoration your whole life. So
Absolutely.
that's an amazing thing. Tell us a little bit more about your childhood. Tell us a little bit more about that story. I know I've heard you say that, you have the opportunity to share your story with other women. Tell us a little bit more, really get into that with us, and just tell us how God has really been a restorer for you throughout your life.
Well, I didn't know, since I was adopted from birth and my adopted parents died when I was very young and I
Mm,
was in foster care. I didn't have a medical history.
wow.
And it wasn't until I had this very big stroke that
Mm,
left me into I went into another zone, that I began to start searching my medical history and trying to find my biological parents and so forth and like that. Well, while I was on that journey, I started finding out more about myself, and I
mm,
found out that I have a heart condition, that I was born with a heart condition
wow.
that made me susceptible to a lot of things. Now, not to mention going through domestic violence with husband and being beaten in all of these different foster care homes and so forth. And that was before. As a matter of fact, I was the one that caused Indiana to go into the um, child abuse hotline,
Wow.
because I was an honor roll student all my life. I've been in college and put myself through school. I was homeless going through college. I would go to the library and check out the books for the classes because I couldn't afford to buy the books and so forth and so on. And I guess what I can say is that where there is a will, God does make a way. And along the way, God has opened up the doors for me to have family members that I'm not related to. So I have a lot of aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, granddaughters, so forth and so on like that. Because everybody that I meet, for some reason, they never know. You can't look at me and tell that I'm disabled. Nor do I speak like I'm disabled. Of course, that took a lot of speech therapy and physical therapy. But I have a great sense of humor. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's carried me. I was praying to the Lord this morning and said, thank you for my personality. I don't know where it came from, but it must have come from you. So, so that is why I have a lot of stories. I've been writing for a long time. Mm. I write a lot of journals about my journey, and some people have read them and go like, oh, you should publish this, and something like that. So I really thank you, Jen, for being obedient and allowing the Lord to have you go in this direction, because this has been the direction that God has been leading me on in my destiny all along. Wow. So I thank you for that. I appreciate you. I just continue to pray for you, and I'm just so excited for you.
Oh, thank you so much. And prayers are absolutely and entirely necessary. Thank you so much. I am so thrilled. It's like, I feel like I could just sit down with you and talk with you for just hours and just talk about these stories, because there's so much in there. And everyone, when you're reading this book, if you want to hear more from Dolly, please, you should contact her, and you should get with her and ask her to come. And if you have a group, maybe you're getting a group together, maybe there's a group of ladies, older, younger, because these kinds of stories are the ones that really encourage you, and they propel you into greatness, because they continue to let you know that there is hope, that you don't have to give up, that no matter what you are going through, no matter what is happening in your life, you can survive it. You can also thrive outside of it. You can make a difference, and you can be everything that God has called you to be. Dolly, if you could tell the readers one last thing, if you could give them any kind of advice, what would you say to the readers today?
Just trust God, because He has your back. Yeah. He said that He knows the plans that He has for you, none that will harm you, but bring you to a great end. Yeah. So that would be my recommendation. Just trust God, because He has you.
Oh, yes. Just trust God because He has you. That's what she said. I know I cut it off a little bit. Just trust God because He has you. Dolly, if they want to get in contact with you, if someone wants to have you come and share your stories, or maybe if they, want to work with you on some of the book writing or something that you've been doing, how can they get in touch with you?
I am available on Facebook.
Okay.
Under my name, and I'm also available by email at lowercaselivingdoll51@yahoo.com.
Awesome. That is lowercaselivingdoll@yahoo.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
All righty. Wonderful. I want to make sure I got that for you. I want to make sure I get it right, because I definitely want you to get in contact with her and have her come and speak with you all on these fabulous journeys that she's been on. Now, you'll see a couple more interviews in this whole series. You'll see a couple more of these interviews because we have so many amazing ladies, but Dolly is a wonderful first interview to have. And so thank you, reader, for reading this book. Thank you for your investment into this. And I thank you because I know that by you investing in this, I know that this book will invest right back into your life, and that you too, just like Dolly and just like all of the other writers, I know that you too will be restored by your pen. So thank you again. I look forward to speaking with you all. This is Jen Ray, founder and president of Restoring Her, and we are signing off and telling you to continue to be restored. Bye.